Hey guys, Ridiculous Badger coming at you from World 545. Let's talk about, on a basic level, how to interface with the mystery auction, which happens during guild mobilization. You take your points, you turn them in, you can get stuff with it. You'll get the stuff on server reset Monday. It tabulates all the results, and you'll get it in your email box. So for each of the items, there is a limited number of prizes given out. For example, for this Geist Stone, there's 10. For the Eternal Barrier, there's 50. For the Eye of Abyss, there's 50, etc. So, if the total goods is exceeded by the total bidders, say this Geist Stone, 54 people bid on 10 items. At least 44 people are going to wake up with some unhappy news in their inbox on Monday, server reset. It's actually going to be more unhappy people because people are going to keep doing the quests like all the way up until the deadline, and there's like 7 hours, 18 minutes to go. So plenty of time for more people to be unhappy. The max bid is what the current maximum bid is that a player has put in. So one of the 54 people has put in a 63,745 score, which is just like, it costs, I think that costs over $1 million gold. It's just insane, and you're spending it all on resets, on refreshes, excuse me. And the last aspect, the last metric that we have is the starting price. So 10,000 melange. If you put in anything under this starting price, because you actually can, which is insane. So like I could put in a bid of 4,000, which is under 10,000. If you put in anything under that starting price, what's going to happen is you're just going to get an email, sorry, you didn't win it, here's your melange back. So basically all you're doing is you're giving yourself an email with that melange. This game is set up in such a way it's just brutal with the mistakes that you can make, and it does nothing to try to stop you here, where if you put in a bid of 9,999 and you hit bid, and then you go, oh shit, like I didn't want to do that, you can then get your points back. There's a button on here that shows up. I don't know because I'm very careful about where I bid, and it costs some of your points. I think it costs like 10% of what the bid was, but if you know better than I do, put that down in the comments below. But yeah, I'm not in the business of wasting points, even for you fine people. So you can get your points back, but yeah, it's going to cost you. So if you put in 9,999, the game is still going to penalize you rather than just like mechanically only giving you the option to put in 10,000 and up. Now, you can bid on this as soon as guild mobilization opens up. But that's not a good idea. I mean, for one thing, let's say you speed through Saturday's quests. You're still only bidding with half of your potential pool, which is not a good idea because everybody who didn't bid, and you don't have to bid all your points, but everybody who didn't bid can now just look at the way that you have impacted these statistics, right? Like the max bid and the total bidders. And they'll be able to like kind of strategize it a little bit better. So all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. You want to bid on this stuff as close to the end as possible. And that goes basically for all events, like increased leadership event. Monday night, you want to hit this like 2 minutes before server reset. Because what that does is it gives other people, potential other winners, less opportunity to react to you, and then they won't be able to box you out. That's probably another video in and of itself. So wait until the end, and then take a look, and keep in mind that what's going to happen here is on server reset Monday. It's going to take the results. It's going to take the top for however many number of prizes there are. It's going to take that number from the top down for bids, and it's going to give each of those people that prize in the email. So, but the email is going to tell you the minimum bid. So if you want to record what the maximum bid is, you'll just have to like take a picture on your way out, like right before server reset. You could screenshot the screen. The starting price doesn't really matter on it, quite honestly, because the Geiststone is never going for 10,000 Melange. The Eternal Barriers, those are never going for 5,000. Like, the price on a Geiststone is at least 62,000, probably upwards of 63,000. It's only there to like screw people over in some way by allowing you to put in a bid that's horribly below what is appropriate. And invariably, you will see every single time on Saturday morning, like very early on, somebody has put in a bid for a Geiststone at 10,001 points. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, as you want to get above a certain minimum, make sure you're checking with the community for what the minimums were before, and just keep in mind that these are minimums. So last week, these were the minimums. Razel from NYC was nice enough to post this over on Diplomacy of War, which is the inter-server Ark of War Discord server. And if you're not on that yet, you should totally get on it. There's 850 people from dozens and dozens of servers. And I will put a link in the description below. So once you've figured out what you want, what is an appropriate bid on the item that you want, you simply expand it, you slide, and then you hit bid. I'm not going to do it in front of you because I don't want you to box me out.